Future, I think I'm gonna try to implement the SDGs in my life in a small ways. I think the SDGs are like huge points, but you have to kind of break them down in order to be able to act on them. So, for example, for climate action, you can do small things and buy local food and eat a lot of vegetables and vegetarian friendly foods, and yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna try to do.
I learned how to reach goals and to develop strategies to reach them. It's not always so easy to reach a goal, and when you negotiate you have to use very precise language and you really have to know what you're dealing with. And I think I will look differently if I see, I don't know, a project on TV and I wonder why does it take so long to get through with it.
Why are we making the claims? Our mission is to protect the climate, protect our planet, and also, first and foremost, to serve the local people and help them get what they want. And a healthy climate and a healthy ecosystem is essential that they can still continue to live there, because that will, if you don't consider it, then it will just worsen the whole problem.
And I'd like to start with some facts and figures that were published by the UN and the IPCC. For example, since 1880, the global temperature increased by 0.85% degrees.
To explain the whole situation from a different perspective, it is a completely new technology. It's absolute high-tech. It is something that has no one done before. So at the beginning, all new technique is very expensive.
Communities, all those different traditions, which are living together in a big puzzle, which are definitely having conflicts about this. So did you think about that, and do you have a solution for that?
Yes, as I said, we are trying to find a new way of society. So heritage and culture probably is changing, like it's changing all the time, and I'm not sure if it's changing in a very drastic way, so we're gonna have to find that out. But as this is a pilot project, we're gonna start with a very small population number, and it's kind of an experiment. So we see if this works.
And as you said, you would do this as an experiment in small scale at the beginning.
Yes.
But what happens if it doesn't work out? Like if it doesn't work out, then you have a lot of metals swimming in the ocean, and again it would be a pollution, and there would have been spent a lot of money for a project which didn't work out. So I'm still convinced that there would be better options to invest this money. And speaking about money, who's funding this project and how to make it affordable to the locals?
Or
maybe we can ask the local...
There's a compromise that we can propose. So not all islands have to have citizens who need to be resettled, that's clear. So for those islands we would like to propose an integrated coastal zone management. So that has nothing to do with your business idea, but that's another story. But those islands who will be over-flooded and we cannot prevent it, your solution seems to be a good way to start.
So today in the negotiation I had a role of a moderator, and what I found really difficult in the situation is to really stay neutral and not have an opinion about anything, and just to listen to everyone and kind of try to make a compromise that everyone is happy with. So that was a really difficult task. We did find a solution, but it was rather difficult.
And I thought it was really interesting to see how people work together or have to work together to make an SDG goal happen practically. It was great to get get in contact with the SDGs and to see how it affects all of us. so everybody in the world.
I really enjoyed working together in a big group to come up with new and creative ideas for implementing the Sustainable Development Goals.
The simulation was great to see the practical sides of the Sustainable Development Goals and not only the theoretical idea.
So the Ökologisch Referat is working on how to do the campus more sustainable and do some events. But daily in this university there's a consumption of 800 to 1,000 of these coffee-to-go cups per day, and in whole Germany it's 2.8 billion per year, so every German consumes about 34 of these cups per year averagely, and as you all can imagine, this is an ecological impact. So you can't recycle these because it's made from paper and plastics. Your task now is that you have the challenge on how we can implement a recap system on campus. So we need to try to imagine what are all the stakeholders. For example, Kruse, Bakery Kruse is probably a stakeholder because a lot of students go there. And your task is to write down concrete actions, what should be done on a time scale which is short term, medium term and long term. And you need to strategize it and think about which partnerships we can build, and then you develop this action plan on a flip chart.
So I don't have an idea, I just wanted to point out the problem.
Maybe that would be an argument to do first campaigns to raise more awareness for the problem, like workshops, or what came to my mind was like, you know, these clocks where it says how much energy you saved by the solar modules on the rooftops, and you can do this for the consumption by maybe of to-go cups. That you have this 800 per day, and then you have a clock in the Mensa corridor or somewhere, and it says how many of thousands of cups you saved and how much water and how much energy this means to raise awareness maybe.
I thought about like making quick surveys, like only 1 or 2 questions, and then rotating those questions in and out.
And for me this experience was really helpful, and we got a lot of ideas of the students from different student programs, study programs, that will help us to like getting forward in this project, and it was really a push for our project, and I was overwhelmed by the motivation of the students and all their ideas, and it was really fun to work with the students and get the support from them.
Moderating the debate today about SDG number 6, which is about water supply. The most challenging thing was to get every party involved the same amount of time and give them all the same opportunity to state their arguments. It was really hard not to favor one party over another, which is the most complicating thing in a discussion with so many stakeholders who all got valid points in this. And we also learned about the SDGs that they focus on many different things. They apply on our everyday life on campus just as they apply on a bigger global scale, as we discussed in our simulation.
But at the same time we also noticed that when you are a business, you're really on the defensive, and you really have to defend your own sort of moral values, as many NGOs and environmental activists would really pinpoint on the fact that you're only in it to make money. And we've learned a lot about power relations during this during this cool simulation we did.
Yeah, looking for change because yeah, by 2030 we really want to have much better infrastructure and better water and sanitation services, so that people throughout the world can all have equal access to water, and this is what we're very passionate about.
Yes.
Yeah, we can all agree.
Yeah. Connect government, civil society, and the private sector. So we have more than 150 eco-centers implemented in the countries. We're building bridges and offer more than 500 jobs to mostly women. And yeah, we offer basic goods like power and light, safe drinking water, connectivity, health, and entertainment. So yeah, I think we have to focus on the positive facts of the eco-center, of our work till now, and maybe work together to maybe improve our things.
Thank you.
We're very happy to discuss that. We have a product, hydro panels, that can actually take sunlight and water vapor from the areas that they're placed in and turn it into fresh, drinkable water.
What would be the terms under which the cooperation with Coca-Cola would have to take place? So what are your terms? What do you want to see in this cooperation?
Well, primarily we are a business which has obviously an interest in providing drinking water to the people in the area. However, we cannot give away our hydro panels for charities.
That it is possible I think it is very utopian to say that it is possible for every household to support this, but we can support this in our centers.
We have an issue with that because your panels produce 3 to 5 liters per day.
It's like 4 to 10. However, the region is very humid, so the chances are high that there will be 8 to 10 liter.
Be clear about it that we are talking about regions, about territories where are living marginal groups which don't have the buying power. Yes.